live. Let me refresh and let me see who's here.
Man,
Nothing
I
yet.
actually
Still
haven't set
trying.
up my chat. I haven't set up my chat. I don't know how to do this now.
Oh, okay. Are you on mute on the
No,
YouTube side?
I need to. I need to.
Oh, okay. I think we're good here on mine. I think we're set. Let me see. I do want to see the comment. Jay, been a minute. Nice to see you back. There we go. Lucky on three legs. Very nice. Jimmy, what's up? I don't expect too many people to be here since we've been gone for 3 months. But I figured, you know what? It's good to jump on, catch up a little bit. And Palma, what's up? Chris.
It is the end
Uh
of Q1, so
that is true. It is we're three end of 3 months in of 2024.
sneakers envy. We
Oh,
back.
sneakers envy. Shoe monster. Mondo, what's up?
Oh,
Jimmy,
retrospective.
Kevin.
Q5. Q5 for him.
Retrospective gear Q5 for sneakers. Moment we've been eagerly anticipating. Iron Mamba, what's up? You come lifestyle. Let me see. Q1 was lit. Better than Q4, says
Okay.
Mondo.
Okay. We got some takes. We got some takes.
There we go. Yeah. What's up, guys? All right. Let me see. People are coming in, and I know people will catch the replay. And our topic today is a current state of reselling, what we've been up to, what you've been up to, the chat, and how your sales have been. Are you still selling? The reason why we have to ask that, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's other YouTubers that I know of. There's YouTubers that I don't know of. There's people personally that I know of that are all getting real jobs, full time jobs, part time jobs. A lot has changed, and I want to talk about that as well. And then B can also throw in his sense as well, because there's some different things going on. And then of course we had Mercari news today, which apparently blew
Hmm.
up the internet on the reselling side. And well, people are gonna be angry about everything, so that we can't.
Yeah, we can't please everybody. I got
Yeah.
some hot takes for that. So
Okay, B's got some hot takes. It's gonna be like Stephen A. Smith out here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Deborah, what's up? Glad I caught you live. Watch your videos. Thank you. I've never seen you live. How are you doing? We're doing well. We used to go live every single Wednesday, and we needed a nice break. I especially needed a nice break. Me and Ken went live for like how many straight years? You would say
Like six
every
years.
Wednesday. Yeah, at
6 years.
least 6 years.
Yeah.
It was great, but then towards the end, I was like, I need a
Well,
little
you
break.
you became a dad too
That is
within the
true.
last
Dad
year, so I
life.
think that's the added load.
Yeah, very, very
Really.
true. So in the chat, if you want to throw this right now, are you selling full time? Are you selling part time? Are you scaling back? Are you adding more? Are you working more in a regular job? What are you doing? What are you up to? Then
What
we'll
are you
catch
up
you
to? What
up
are
to
you up
what
to?
what
Yeah,
we're doing.
yeah. We need to catch up everybody with what we've been up to, cause
Yeah. There we go. Baker Brand, what's up? Good to see you. Retrospective Gear, everybody on the way in so YouTube can push it. There we go. Retrospective. All right. So right now, to catch up, we are like B said, we're 3 months in. Q1 is done. So sales and across all platforms. You let me know. And Palma, me and my girl sell part time. There we go.
nice.
Scaling up. Rory, mad. Good to see you. We're still working full time, selling part time, but we'll love the flip. Love to flip that dynamic. Wife
Okay.
is full time. I'm part time with full time jobs. Is Chris. Sneakers envy, opposite. I try and work less and resell more. Things booming if you planned. Shoe monster, I'm still part time. Sourcing code, what's up? Part time seller, reseller when there's no overtime. Says, yeah,
Okay.
there we go. Tommy Bernard, what's up? Bernhard podcast. Mercari news is to fool the adults. Market price is market price. Pushing the fees to buyer just means you are going to take it off price. People that think otherwise are just silly. Yeah, we're gonna talk Mercari and what is going on with that. Retrospective gear still part time. Sell part time, says Mondo. Poshmark was awesome during Q1, and surprisingly eBay. So I like that. work full time, going on 10 years. AN.
Nice.
Deborah, how do you like Whatnot? I sold on there for a month, almost to 1,000. Not so happy with the price, per item price. Yeah, we are going to talk Whatnot as well.
I mean, as
What's
you see
up?
Glenn's backdrop, he is not sponsored, but whatnot. Better start paying the guy.
Stevie D, what's up? There we
Stevie
go.
D. I think people got the notification. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, like we said, we're not expecting a huge crowd or nothing like that. We're a little rough. We're rookies coming back
Yep.
on this Wednesday. But if you do like listening to our voice somehow, some way, or some reason why, Seller Club podcast is live every single week. We have new episodes. You can
Every
follow the
Monday.
Seller Club podcast on Instagram. Go ahead and type that in right now, and you know how to listen to that. Um, Rookie's been in the Seller Pod. There go Rory, Matt. So let's start off with Mercari, or go Q1 news and reselling news. Let's just
No,
get the
we gotta
Mercari out of
catch.
the way.
No. Let's catch people up what we've been up to.
Okay, what we've been up to for the
Yeah.
Q1.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, so my eBay sales are down 80%. Throwing that out there right now. Why are they down? I've been on Whatnot a lot more than I kind of thought I was going to.
Yeah.
Here's where we were wrong and we were right on certain things last year when we kind of did our little predictions. I actually was wrong thinking that maybe the live selling would somewhat slow down a lot. Whatnot's been
Mm.
pretty consistent. I'm actually surprised on, the shows have been fun. The people have been very supportive on there and buying when it comes to like the hats and jerseys. Surprisingly,
You're surprised how many heads people have?
yeah, that
It's
is
buying
true.
all the hats.
Yeah, and exactly. And I really had to switch because of the inventory that I'm able to get
Mm.
in bulk, and a lot of it has to do with like fitted hats, snapbacks, and apparel. So I figured that it would do a lot better on Whatnot. And Whatnot's been a little different, I would say, since me, Can, Sneakers Envy, and all those sneaker sellers all at once were on there.
Yep.
One of the main things that changed, I can definitely tell, is like the competition and just a weird awkwardness. Because I feel like everyone tried to up one each other on like hype stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
and oh
It's
man,
like the
now I'm
biggest,
selling.
the baddest
Yeah,
giveaways.
here's like Louis V Air Force,
Yep.
here's Mags, here's
Yeah.
like I'm going above and beyond,
Yeah.
the biggest seller on here. And a lot of the ego stuff is not really there at the moment. Now it's turned into who can be consistent, not only going live but inventory wise,
Yep.
and to keep that coming in. So
And
that's been a
quality of
big
service
difference.
too, right? Like
True,
because it's so easy to pretty much if you drop the ball, the next show they'll be on your show just like tearing you up. But
true,
if you're like Glenn, minus 1 day shipping, less than 1 day shipping time, by the time the next show happens, usually it's positive reviews because they've been getting their packages.
true.
So I think that's really like the cool part what you've developed there, with your tight schedule. And like again, it you have to kind of like go with the inventory changes, right? Like
Yeah,
I think that's one of the things that we've really talked about and really harnessed. And it's like, hey, this is the power of whatnot, quantity. And I think you did it, and nobody could do it more than the oldest reseller in on YouTube.
all right. Swoop man, what's up, Keyhole? Cool kicks and getting an Amazon big inventory would be dope for Amazon. There we go. Vinny, welcome to the era of $10 profit.
Wow.
And let me see. On getting on Amazon, yes, on certain things. And Amazon, I don't know. I've done a lot of the Amazon part, and it's. I just don't really want
It's
to go
not
back to
attractive for
that.
him.
I mean, I've done over the six figures in sales for the first 3 months, on Whatnot alone. I know I
Right.
can push bigger numbers on that. People on Amazon kill. People on every platform can
Yep.
kill it if
Yep.
they want to, right? So it's not really here saying that another platform is better than another. it really depends on what your craft is, what your niche is, what
Yeah.
your inventory looks like. It's a different. Everyone is different when it comes to that kind of stuff. Let me see. The first week of the post office shipping in March was horrible. A lot of delays. I lost 2 items out of delivery, but I got paid at the end of the day. I did notice that too. USPS on a lot of things did slow down.
Hmm.
Weird stuff. Lost packages, late packages. Tommy, the amount of fix and whatnot and little effort they are putting into stopping it will lead to their death if they don't change. If you are
Hmm.
buying Lululemon or Stanley on their app. So here's the thing though. Oh man, I wish I could say there were no fakes on whatnot. I wish I could say there were no fakes on all platforms.
Right. 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 Right.
Um, whatnot, yes, there's people moving stuff that they shouldn't be selling, and I could say
I
the same for
Yeah.
eBay and the same for Amazon, and I
I think it's
hate seeing
just
those
I
listings.
think on whatnot it's just so kind of like face to face kind of like scamming, right? Because like you're literally seeing the guy like, how are you selling this for, like why wouldn't you sell it on StockX for $50 more?
Yeah.
And it's going right, like there's volume, like there's fake essentials, fake teas and stuff like that. I'm like, it doesn't make sense, right? Like but that's the crazy part is, I think, I mean, we've said it before. It's a fast way to make money. It's a fast way to
Lose
lose
money.
money, and also it's a fast way to scam.
Mm,
Like, because there's just no later. There's no checks. There's no authenticity. There's no verification. So that's why after a while, that's why it becomes more important, and the weight of the brand, right?
mm,
Like you as a YouTuber, like you're really gonna scam me for $50, especially
mm.
with the hats that you're trying to do and stuff like that. But one of the things that's good about Whatnot too is, if you have a complaint, man, their customer service is pretty good. I mean, you could pretty much return anything. Given the proof that it's fake, it's not as described, they'll refund you the money quick.
Yeah, you know what? Whatnot and their customer service is top notch. Mercari's is not, and that's why this change is kind of interesting on how they're gonna plan on doing this, which we're still gonna talk about that.
Yep.
So that's where
What
I'm
else you
at
been up to?
on the Whatnot side. Going on the eBay side, I have a lot of Nike cleats that a lot of I guess more golf than anything,
Mhm.
and honestly, I haven't been running any sales,
Yep.
and a lot
You
more
haven't
have been
even listed.
moving. Yeah, that they've been closer to spring. And here's my game plan. I am sourcing for eBay. I have those items. I plan on starting to get everything rolling starting April 1st. I'm getting the photos already done now, what I need to do, but I really need to run up my ASP more than anything.
Hmm.
I did have a lot of hats on eBay. I took all of them off. I'm gonna sell them on Whatnot instead. Do hats sell on eBay? Yes. Should you sell or should I be listing them on eBay? Yes and no. I think depends what kind of hats they are. If they're 30, $35 plus, I would say yes. If
Hmm.
they're for some reason lower end, things like that, anything lower than that, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah,
I
because
think
it's
that
your
if
dollar per hour per time. I mean,
yeah,
for timing listing it.
if
Um,
it's going to be something on eBay, it's something that I feel is going to be on page number 1 and it's something people are looking for,
yeah,
and it's definitely a high quality
yeah,
item.
yeah.
That's where I think it should be headed across the board, even on every, whether you're a thrifter or anything like that. Really double and triple check. Like, is this something that people can they even find this
Yeah,
on eBay?
yeah.
More than anything else, are they looking for this? Do they even want to buy this or not? The thing is that at least for the most people also that watch, we're mostly selling brand new items, and so I think that also helps in that case. But a lot of people do sell the pre-owned, but I also me going through pre-owned and the time that I do have, I'm not interested in any pre-owned
Yeah.
at the moment. Let me see the comments. Cool kicks. That's why you go to people you trust. That's something good about Whatnot. I noticed that too. I started to buy and kind of search and see who's also selling, and I'm like, how come I've never seen this person or this seller? That's also because I only go to the same sellers over and over again, and I
Yeah,
kind of noticed that as well. I think a lot of people do that too, to where like, hey, I know Glenn's gonna sell snapbacks on Tuesday.
yeah,
I'm gonna be there because this is what I already know, and I know I'm gonna get the product quick,
yeah.
and so
I
on.
think that's the same way with me. I mean, I still shop at Whatnot, but it's the same people that I've bought from already because it's like, yeah, I might get a better deal, $5, $10 cheaper if I bought it from my trusted seller, but it could be fake or
Mm.
it could be, delayed or it could be canceled. So
Vintage Profit, Mercari major changes, 100%. We still got to get into that. Sneakers Envy. It's hard to keep the inventory correct if you're on eBay and selling on Whatnot, which is very true.
that's the hard part.
If you're moving volume, that is tough. Poshmark says Mondo. Poshmark is great when I share my items to the Posh parties, 10 p.m. to midnight. Get more likes, more offers, more purchases. There we go. Now, Poshmark, I did try. I did cross listing to Poshmark. It wasn't really for me, but then again, what am I also selling? Are my items even right for that platform?
Yep.
And that's another thing as well, because we know the platform works. Are my
Hmm.
items right for that?
Yep.
And that one I think is my issue when it comes to Poshmark. Tommy, there was around 100K sellers in men's pre-owned athletic shoes pre-COVID. Now 278K. eBay is way different, says Tommy. What do you think?
Uh, I'd have to look at analytics again, but I don't think there's that much more. I feel like there's less sellers. I think there's less supply. But maybe pre-owned there's more. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really that familiar with pre-owned market, but the last time we did talk to eBay, their pre-owned market has been booming.
Yeah, I do. Well, you know what? I agree with Tommy that I do feel like there are. Now, we're saying sellers, but
Yeah,
I feel like I agree with that part, yes, but I agree with Ken, consistent sellers. Because I
yeah,
feel like some of these sellers are just trying to get rid of stuff because they want out. They probably try to get in also for the hype stuff. I know people that are just selling collection stuff that they're just like,
yeah.
I
They're
need
out.
these pairs gone.
Yeah, because it could be like based on the economy where everybody's want to dump their products or their used collection and stuff like that. Okay, it's in the listing quality report. That's good
There we
to know.
go.
I
On
wonder.
the
I
athletic
wonder how many.
sellers.
Yeah, I wonder listings though, right? Like, because it could be like there's more part timers or there's more side hustlers hopping in.
Mm,
Because you can't really tell if like okay is that seller a six figure seller or a hobbyist seller
yeah.
or an enterprise seller. I do know they've been doing a lot of the stores, the physical stores, the boutiques have been selling on eBay.
Mm. Yeah, I'm interested to see maybe how many of those sellers have from like 8 to 15 items.
Right.
You know, kind of like the smaller ones, like just trying to get rid of maybe some higher end sneakers that I can make some
Yeah.
extra money on. So B, tell them what you've been up to.
So I did say 33, my year 33, I'm 33 years old. I'm gonna be in my best physical shape ever. And I'm glad to report that I am 212 classes in already with Orange Theory and it's doing great. Um, I'm feeling athletic again. Um, Almost down 20 pounds already. So working on that and it's really been pretty good. I think we're on our seventh year doing business. So
Mm,
I feel like there's just like, what are the things that I want to instill in my health or in our personal life that I want to carry over. So that that's my non-negotiable. Every noon we go, we work out 4 to 5 times a
a
week. I
week.
try to go 5 to 6, really, to be honest. It just depends on how sore I am. So that's been major, very major. um, we did a lot of organizing. We're testing a SKU system right now for our clothing. Um, we're doing the bin system with individual tagging on the bag. So we are working through clothing listings right now. We just started last week. So that is one. Built racks also. worked on my office, and recently I have a fish tank.
Oh, there you go.
So basic or an aquarium, an aquascape. Actually, it's more for plants. So
Mm.
I guess I'm fascinated with how the aquatic ecosystem works with injecting CO2, oxygen levels, just going nerd out stuff. So I would say the last 3 weeks I've been
All
all
right.
in. I would say I've been to 99% of the aquarium shop in a 2 hour radius here in Cincinnati. Um, I just have to know. So it's good. I think it's a good mind exercise to actually draw inspiration from different things. Um, as you guys have known me, if you guys been following, once I do something, I want to do it at that different kind of level of excellence. So that's what we've been up to. Now JC wants to set up a tank, and I want to support her to do that because we just fight because I want to have my own fish, and she wants to put some weird fish in my on my tank, and I don't want it. So she's gonna make her own. Derby City B gonna eat the fish. If
Derby
the
City.
I mean, if the fish gets big enough, I mean, they might end up in the frying pan. I'm just um,
Now, business wise, though, you did share your numbers on the podcast
yeah, yeah. That's coming out this Monday.
this Monday.
Yeah,
So what has been working for you sales wise?
I mean, I would say our Q1 is gonna be almost as good as Q4. Um, what's helped a lot is really buying lower ASP items, lower buy cost items. So we were at like close to $200 range of average sale price, the previous years, but this year we're at $89 average sale price.
Mm.
So really, that was like the thing that we've talked about last year, um, when we felt like the economy was going to get tighter this year. Um, Going for the budget conscious customers and those options are like the game we want to play or the business we want to be in. It's being in that win-win situation where you're offering people under retail good quality items on eBay that you're getting for 80% off. So just say paying $20 for $100 item and selling it for 70 to 80 bucks to the customer, or maybe paying $30 for $150 item and selling it for 100 for the customer. So that's the plan that we pretty much latched into. I haven't been really sourcing that much, I mean, the last 3 weeks, but we plan on gonna start sourcing soon, as soon as the weather breaks, and I pretty much figure out and discover everything I need to know about aquascape and fishes.
Well, even
So
all the stuff that you've been picking up, or at least that you did, I know for like what last or like 2 months ago
hmm
or a month ago,
yeah,
I know that you went hard in the paint and got a ton of
yeah,
stuff. But I think the smartest thing to do before you go out again, and let's say you get a huge haul, was the organizing part.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it makes no sense to bring in a ton of stuff and then we don't even know where you're gonna put it. Where are these
yeah.
things gonna go? I mean,
Yeah, it is really that. There's so much opportunity. Like one of the things that we really did go through is really put everything in the middle that was just kind of like, how when you get socks for like $2, it's a great deal, right? And then you buy 50 of them, but you're not a sock seller, right? And then I just put it in a bag, put it on the side. Like you buy miscellaneous Ross finds, and you just tie the bag and put it on the side. That's pretty much what happened over the last 3 years where when we moved here, because we have
mm,
so much space. So like we could just put stuff to the side that you don't it really didn't you didn't see it, put it in a bin. So now we're like unpacking all the bins, literally. Like I went through all the random bins and found so much, like the Ross headphones. Remember those? I still have them. It's just random. So we're doing that. And then I'm starting to like circle back through our Ross and Burlingtons and stuff like that. So I'm trying to find a groove. So after working out, I go to a few different stores, and we've been finding some good stuff. So I feel like it's just getting reignited again. And I'm thinking about it. It's like, man, it's just extra steps that I get to do when I'm sourcing. So
Okay.
I'm incorporating it to fitness.
Let me go back up. Slim Pickens, good to see you. There we go. J. Lou, how are your sneaker sales? So, when we talked about I guess to start off the show, anything that I'm selling right now on eBay has to do with more cleats, more like Nike, golf. Now, I know they're not going to be moving Tiger Woods shoes anymore or anything like that, but I don't think Nike's getting rid of golf in general. Maybe they'll slow down a little bit, but I don't think they're getting rid of it. In and either way, my prices have been pretty consistent. I haven't ran any other sales recently. Now that we're getting closer and closer to spring, they have been moving, but I do want to. I need to go back and do like an extra count to see where I'm at on certain
Hmm.
models, and even the baseball ones. I definitely see moving a lot more. Rodolfo, what's up? Let me see. Skank Kong 42 says eBay sales are down though. Let me go back up. Hustle Crow, I don't promote on eBay, don't need to. Sneakers Envy, make that plan and execute. Tommy is answering Mondo because Mondo's asking, have you guys had any issues where people buy stuff and use a freight forwarding
Yeah, we get that a
address?
lot. Yep.
And
Haven't had an
Tommy,
issue.
yeah, and Tommy says they pretty much lose all buyer protection at
Yep.
that point anyway. I think Nike isn't making golf clubs, etc. So yeah, it could maybe be interesting to see what they're gonna do with the golf stuff. But that's what I've
Hmm.
been selling more than anything right now. When I'm gonna be adding new listings next month, it's gonna be more jerseys. Um, I did get a good supply of like the higher end, the authentic stuff. So more than shoes, honestly, right now I don't have many shoes at all in the inventory, but still in the sports athletic gear type of stuff. So
Hmm.
now going back to Ken though, your average sale price, like you said, $80. Now
Hmm.
if we go back to let's say 2018,
Ooh.
2019, ASP is a totally different ball game. What has changed? And the chat can throw in that too. Let's say from 5 years ago,
Yeah.
that would change into this, sneaker market or even
Hmm.
sellers market
Right. Right.
and buyers market right now on eBay. Um, I'll tell you, I guess, well, my first thoughts would be what has changed is just the accessibility, I think, on a lot of models. Nike, let's say like Air Max Day, for
Right.
example.
Right. Right.
Pick up whatever Air Max you want at the mall. Pick up whatever Air
Yeah.
Max you want at the outlets. They're all
Yeah.
there.
They're all
I
there. Yeah.
mean, the outlets, they're running sales still.
Hmm.
Even Nike.com, they're all
Yeah.
there as well. So listing, at one point in those times you would be able to pick up, let's say, 49.99 at Ross, flip for at least 129.
Yeah.
That was pretty much a given. Air
Hmm.
Max 98, 97, 90, things like that.
Hmm.
Um, that's not happening right now.
Vapor Maxes.
Yeah, Vapor Max
Vapor
is.
Max Plus. That was, when you found them for, I mean, I paid $80 for them at one point because they sell for 150, 200. Some over retail, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think 5 years ago, you know, and I felt like there was just way higher buying power, um, and I think there were way less supply.
Hmm.
I think it has to be demand and supply. I feel like pandemic, obviously, it was kind of like it was like a fake economy in a way, right? Because you buy anything at retail and they'll sell for over retail. And at that time, when you have inventory, you're making money, and that's pretty much what happened to a lot of us. That wasn't quick flipping, right? Because our model, my model, really, when I came in, was like somebody will buy it, the low ballers will be gone, and I'm commanding the price. Um, and there was a a lot of higher end, I believe, and I think there's a lot of higher end sports specific items before that was found on Ross and Burlington. When was the last time we see a cart full of soccer cleats, of high end soccer cleats for
Oh yeah.
1929? It don't matter. Like back then, cartfuls was a every Wednesday situation, a scenario. Now it has changed a lot. I think the cleat market is still solid if you have supply, but the problem is Nike hasn't put out that much, and or maybe they have changed their way of clearancing things, because I've seen them a lot more at the outlets.
Yeah.
I think they're not like flipping him to Burlington or Ross, or maybe they land on and sit at clearance store a lot more, a lot longer.
A lot long. I think
Yeah,
way longer. I think that's a big time
yeah, and then
statement. I
they
think.
hold 89, 79, 129 there, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I think there's that, and then obviously the oversupply of everything, and then when Dunk, you know, woke up, hype was up, and then I felt like I really believe Nike took advantage of the hype and just produced so many. And who knows? Their cost to make those probably $30,
Or
or
less.
$20 for marketing, whatever, right? And just flying it, and like probably until this year. I mean, probably the last 6 months, Dunks were out of stock. It
Yeah.
don't matter, right? People were making, bulk sellers or wholesalers were making 10, $20 per pair, but they were getting hundreds of them at the same time.
True.
So I think at that point, like there's only so many feet in the country, right? So there's your Dunks. Everybody has Dunks. Everybody has Pandas. Now, what happened? Air Max, Vapor Max, all the comfy vibes put in the trash, went down to toilet. Vintage went
New Balance
Vintage,
rose
right?
up.
Vibe went up. New Balance produced. New Balance is popping. Hoka's popping. On
On
Cloud is
Cloud.
popping. Like all these different surges, even if it's 10% of the market that they're taking away, that means 10% more supply of Nike product, right? And we know how people react when there's a lot of them. I've never heard of the word Panda Dunk in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Everybody asked me, "Oh, you're a sneaker seller. Can you get me Panda Dunks?" Like, no, because everybody has them now.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much what happened. And internationally, supply is very healthy. Even
Hmm.
in the Philippines, bro, they have all kinds of Dunks, all kind of Vomero, all kind of Jordan 11s still there available. Jordan 3s, Jordan 4 available. So there's really no, I
There's no
think.
urgency either.
No,
I
no,
mean,
because it's like I'll just catch them. Like, look at where the bread fours are at right now.
yeah.
Like, I can't wait to go to a show and pay $200 for one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let me go back up. There's some good comments in here. Sneakers Envy, old ASP 130, new ASP 85, but margin is pretty close when you lower acquisition cost. And that's a
Yep.
big deal right there.
Yeah.
How much are you going to be paying for these items? We can't, and we already know if Ross does have an Air Max, whatever, it's not going to be
50,
49. It's going to be
50.
more than
Yeah.
likely 59, maybe 69.
Yeah.
So
And then the market is $80.
yeah, the market is also not at 130. So
Mm-hmm.
those are big differences there. If your ASP is 85 and your acquisition cost is way lower than, of course, let's say the 49 that even it was back then, you have money to
Mm-hmm.
be made there.
Mm-hmm.
But depends on how you're getting this inventory. Let me go back up. Case reviewers, thoughts on eBay promoting feel like you have to now. And that's a good comment and a good question. And this is something that, you know what, I did promote hard going in Q4.
Mm-hmm.
And when I really started to look at the breakdowns and seeing what I'm doing here, I had to figure and really look at what items are worth promoting and which aren't and why. And even when we met eBay, we were talking with them at headquarters, things like that. They even said and told me themselves, you don't have to promote everything.
You don't have to. You don't
You
want
want to
to.
put 2%, do 2. You want
Yeah.
to do 3, it's up to you. Don't put any. Um, and so when I was really, and they broke everything down, what are you selling? What does the competition look like? How many listings are on there? This goes back to our first comment where we said, are you on page one or not?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on page one because there's not too many of them, but the demand is there? Or are you on page one because you're promoting high,
Mm-hmm.
but there's 4 pages and you're just one of the many
Yep.
sellers of that same item? You
Mm.
might want to, and you probably should promote more on that if you're trying to look to sell that item quicker. You don't want to be sticking around competing with 200 other items, even though it's the same item, different sizing. So it really depends on the item, but we're not, even though we went to eBay headquarters, all of that, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yeah, you have to promote everything. You have to pay
No.
more fees. You don't. But you
Just look
need to
at
be
the
smart
data.
on what you have.
Yeah. Yeah, like I umbrella promote. I pretty much promote everything besides the one that are rare. So, maybe I would promote 90% of them at 2%. And given the all the fees that I see and everything like that. I mean, just to give you an example, all my organic impressions right now is 7 million.
Mm.
So that's people naturally coming in. My promoted impression is 12 million. Now, ask me, can I afford to save 2% and lose the 12 million traffic? No, that's goofy, right? I mean, at this point, can I promote 3 to get 20 million or 4% to get 20? Because we all know impressions, eyes convert. Eventually, they're gonna convert. So do the math, um, do your costing. If you, that's I tell everybody, your business should have 2%, 2 to 5% squeeze that you can put into promoting. Or what if box price go up? What if shipping price goes up? And you
Which they
should be
always
fine.
do every year. I
Yeah,
mean,
it should be fine, right? If you don't have that cushion of like uncontrollable things that could happen, you're running a really slim margin.
let me see. Oh man, we're behind on a lot of the comments. Sneakers Envy, I believe in promoting if you have a large inventory or items with heavy competition and you need to move it quickly. So that's what we talked about too. I mean, if you're competing with 200 of the same item
Mm-hmm.
and you're looking to move it, you have to be seen. You have to be somebody has to find your item somehow, some way if it's lost in there. Rodolfo, I was promoting at 5% on my small store and saw a difference in sales after jumping to 10%. Now, also with Rodolfo, if you can afford to do the 10% and it is helping you with traffic, like Ken said,
Mm-hmm.
and the sales are coming in as well, then you should.
Yeah.
And figure out what's going to work for you in that system. And Rodolfo's saying that it is working for him there.
Yeah.
May or may not work for somebody else. We don't know. Let me see. Derby City, 50 to 75% sell through rate. Sell through promote 3%. Anything 75 to 100 don't promote as much. Derby City. Hats ASP, after sale profit. So hats totally different on eBay compared to the whatnot side. I am happy though on the whatnot side that I've been averaging 90 to 120% ROI on these flips. I mean, a lot
And
of
you
these
can
things.
move what, 100
Yeah,
in
I think
one day?
yesterday's show I had 120 packages to ship.
Yep. Yep.
When the show was done, I think the total amount of hats was like 200 and
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah.
235, something like that.
You can't move that
Um,
many on
I
eBay
can't
in
move that
one day.
many on eBay.
Even
Um,
even if you promote on sale or anything like that, it's not
if
gonna
I,
move that much.
it's not.
Mm.
And that was the bad thing too. Well, I guess the bad thing too was I had some snapbacks that I felt were really nice, things that would do good on eBay, and they moved really really slow. But I think that some of the maybe more exclusive fitteds that you're willing to stay patient on could do a lot better. But it just depends. I did see that there's been a lot of people that have been also wondering about the market stuff, still believing that it's 2020, 2021 when hype was up. And it's not like that anymore. There was a hat seller that was like, they're not moving for, like, why are you selling this hat for 30?
Mm-hmm.
That's $120 hat. And I'm like, $120 hat? I mean, I see some listed at 120.
Yeah,
There's none
nothing sold.
sold. I've even went back further. Unless you want to go Terra Peak on this, there was none.
Well,
You
yeah,
can list it for whatever you want. They're not
yeah,
moving for that right now. And even at the point to where Hat Club has $15 fitteds, during
it's wild.
2019, 2020, you wouldn't be finding
You
$15
can't get a
fitteds.
hat for retail.
Yeah, that
Hat club.
$15 is Ross price.
Yeah, yeah,
Ross is selling NBA brand at $12.99,
yeah.
$14.99. Some are at $16.99 now. So for a new era exclusive fitted, $15. That's a big difference there. A
Mm-hmm.
lot has changed, and things are going to continue to change. Just like Ken talking about the Hokas and On Cloud and the things that, as the market changes, the trends change, the prices are going to
Mm-hmm.
change, and we as sellers have to change. So we need to figure out what's going to be working best for us. Going to the Ross, Burlington, Marshalls side and all of that. Right now, this goes in general. Let's not even talk about, yeah, prices went up. We already know all of this stuff. But right now, going into spring and especially into full summer, we cannot expect high profit, high even ASP items when it's not cold anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice right now, Burlington Ross, they're loaded with a lot of like cheaper, dry fit, thin material
Yep.
tees that are selling. They list or they price them at $12.99, $14.99, $17.99. You're not going to pick up any of that anyway. Now, if
Right.
you're comparing that to puffers, big jackets, wintertime also brings in more money
Yep.
because of these high priced jackets, 250, 300.
Yeah.
Sometimes Ross will have this Jordan ones, Burlington, things like that. We're not going to see that for the next how
Yep.
many months going forward.
Yeah.
And then we lead into a summer slowdown, which people always talk about as well. That's also a different story. But people usually go out of town, take breaks, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So spring into summer, you got to find what's going to work for you in that niche. And Ross, Burlington, Marshall side, they're going to have a lot of items that don't really flip on the
Yeah.
eBay side or work well in that point.
Yeah.
Um, Mondo, Mitchell and S jerseys or shorts are losing their value. It used to be a thing, but not really anymore. I
Yeah.
agree. One of the issues there for Mitchell and S is that they did get bought out by Fanatics.
Mm.
Fanatics is known for
Just mass production.
and I mean, I can tell you this right now for Fanatics is like they're also known to kind of like try to take control of a lot of markets right now. I think they're from cards. I've seen
Yeah.
them. I think didn't they also buy out Panini? I think, or they
Yeah.
own part
Yeah.
of
They
that
bought
too.
something. Yeah.
Cards and the WWE shop is they're wrestling, sports, everything, and have everything under their umbrella. And we saw a big Twitter uproar on jersey qualities
Mm-hmm.
on MLB see-through jerseys,
Yep.
and them also saying that the quality was bad. But I do believe that in general, like Nike, Mitchell and Ness, same thing that Hustle Crow said. Mitchell and Ness makes, let's see, made in China, no longer in the USA jerseys, which a lot of them used to be like this. They were stitched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's going heat pressed and
Yeah. The heat
charging
press.
more.
Yeah. That just ruined it.
185 for heat pressed. That is insane.
And the
Um,
crazy part is, you know how easy it is to make at
I
that
know,
point. Like, it
right?
became easier to make and more expensive.
Yeah. The man misinformation in hand. What's up? There we go. Vintage Mitchell and S jerseys sell really well. Look for them. OG Griffey Mariners 450. 100%. Those are the items that need to be on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Quality, people are looking for these, also collectible and a high price on the ASP. But how many can we get?
Mm-hmm.
That's also difficult. Um, it's gonna be tough if you only source discount retailers, says Sneakers Envy. All right, let me go to Mercari talks. I know we're already 45 minutes in. This went quick. I have 90 people in here. Hit that like button, little thumbs up, if you will. So Mercari talk, which is all over YouTube and IG and everything. So no seller fees, and they went hard on the, at least try to go hard on the marketing with, hey, we're the
Mm-hmm.
only platform,
Yeah.
zero fees, zero seller fees.
Mm.
And is this good or bad for the platforms, for reselling, for buyers and sellers? You let me know first in the chat, and
Mm.
me and B will tell you what we think. Iron
Yeah.
Mamba, it's a squeeze on both sides with Ross taxing and everything with a swoosh and other sellers undercutting to make a $10 profit. But even
True.
if they undercut you, Iron Mamba, it still doesn't guarantee a sale.
Yeah.
That's one of the
That's the
hardest
market we live
things.
in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless
They
unless it's something really valuable, or like, unless
the
it's
deal's too insane.
yeah, yeah. At that point, the deal's too insane. It'll be instantly gone. But undercutting me in an average item, have at it. If I'm promoted, if I have better photos, I'll beat you anytime. That's the
And
name of the
better
game.
customer service and
Yeah,
faster shipping.
yeah. That's the game, right? Because people are willing to pay for good service, um, and that's why people don't go to Ross, because they don't want to wait in line. They'll
Mm,
pay you $40 more to get it shipped at home.
true.
Like, that's
So Lillian says no seller fees. Wow. So that was their big thing today. Mondo, I like the idea of no seller fees, but the buyer pay the fees and the returns for any reason. I'm hesitant, especially when it comes to shoes, says Mondo.
mm,
Sneakers Envy says no seller fees, but I read they can return for any reason. Yes. Rory Matt, I will have a better answer after a dozen or so Mercari sales. Very true.
mm-hmm.
Tommy says the bait and switch buyer isn't paying market plus fees. Be ready for lower offers. So, which is a good point too. Right now, some Mercari in their email, no seller fees.
Match was that lower your price and match what you would get out of after fees anyway, right? That's
True.
what they
That's what they
um
said.
here's my, I don't know. This is my
You go first.
instant.
Tell me
when
your
when
take.
when you messaged me this morning,
Okay.
um I was like, okay, right? I was like, okay. And then it was like, my instant reaction is,
And
well,
you're
let
like,
me
and
let me list on Mercari. Like,
okay.
that was literally my initial reaction, right? Let me list more on Mercari. Um and I I do not get what the major uproar is about.
Okay.
Um I'm and these are like sellers in social media. I'm like, why are you, I mean, you shouldn't be talking about this, you should be listing more on Mercari. I mean, if you care that much on Mercari, obviously you probably have skin in the game in Mercari. I don't care that much because I don't pull that much GMV in Mercari to begin with. Mercari can do whatever they want, and if it's benefiting me, maybe I should pull more items there. That was literally my reaction. And next thing you know, everybody was like twisting and turning, and now the buyer's gonna be hurt. There's gonna be less buyers. I'm like, wait, like, aren't isn't that Mercari's job, not your job? And at the end of the day, when did Mercari listen to sellers? We've spoke to Mercari people and said, put multiple quantity in there.
Oh
They
yeah.
said, noted, noted, 3 years ago, and still don't have it. So I would say, like, Mercari don't own Mercari. Mercari's like number 4
Yeah.
on the list, and eBay has like 120 something million, and then Mercari has like 20 under Posh.
Yeah.
It's like not even a thing. So I don't get it. Like, help. Help me understand, Glenn, what the uproar is about.
Let me see. So what's better, eBay or Mercari? eBay, it's not even close.
It's not even close.
Tommy, shipping on Mercari is also whack. Also, which I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Only have protection using their labels, which most time are overpriced. They're way overpriced.
Yeah, for my priority when I cross listed them, 18.99.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, what?
yeah, yeah. There's no way. And there's no ground advantage.
Yeah,
Ground
it's
advantage
like
has been one of the better options, especially right now. If you're an eBay seller, you can save a
yeah,
couple of bucks or even
a
have a
lot of
lower
pretty
price.
good. Pretty
Yeah,
good. Even now heavier stuff.
yeah, heavier
Uh
stuff too.
like it's a game changer. But Mercari's like sure post. I'm
Yeah,
like,
sure.
what?
Post. Get there
And
in 18 days. I mean,
yeah, yeah, exactly. I was like, pff, at that point, I was like, whatever, it has to be a marketing job at this point.
so first when I saw the email, I was like, okay, so what's the catch? How are they making money then? Because the
On,
platform has to make money.
on
I mean, if
shipping,
yeah,
they're making money on shipping.
if there's no fees, what is going on? So what they're pushing for and what they're promoting right now, no seller fees. So they want the sellers to get in there, list as much as possible. Now for the
Hmm.
buyers, they're saying you can return any items in 72 hours for any reason. You know, I didn't like this item after all. They don't fit.
Hmm.
Whatever reason it is. And the uproar about that part of it I thought was really funny because I'm like, then if that's getting you angry, then you must not sell on eBay or Amazon
Yeah, yeah.
because these returns can just be anytime, anywhere.
No, yeah, they could say like it seems fake and you have to accept it. No matter what. There's just no
Amazon, you
way.
may not even get that item back. You might get
Yeah.
something totally different. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that, I mean, again, I've said this. If we're an online retailer, returns part of it. Even in-store retailer. If you're a
Yeah,
retailer and you're dealing with end consumer, if you're a B2C business, there is a return one way or another because they could file chargeback if you own a store. They could find chargeback if you ran your own Shopify store.
true.
Actually, I just had a chargeback that eBay protected me from today.
Mm.
So, well, I don't know if Mercari works that way. What happened if there's a chargeback? There's no return. They actually get a free product and a chargeback.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I don't know how that would work. I haven't even thought about that. So 72 hours for them to return an item. I mean, I would take 72 hours over 30 or 60
60
days. I
days.
mean, I'll take that any
Yeah.
day if you're asking me on that
Yeah.
side of things. The other thing that they're charging $3 for an instant payout to your
No,
bank
two.
account.
Two.
Well, $3 for the
Oh,
instant, $2 if
for
you're gonna
regular.
do for a regular. So $3
Oh,
would be like an instant you're getting it now. $2 you wait the business days, which is like 2 to 4 days or whatever. So
that's
there's
cheap.
well, that's what I thought until these Reddit
Until I
comments.
I no, I did see like 20% charge if you want payout. I was like, what? And then they made a graph like if you withdraw $10, it's 20%. I'm like, of course it
if
is. It is. But if I withdraw 2,000, that has to be the cheapest transaction fee ever.
that was a problem. I read a Reddit comment that someone was like, "You guys don't understand. Like, I just made a sale. It's $6 that I got back from my sale, and I'm paying $3 to do an instant transfer."
50% off fees. 50% fees, right? That's what it seemed like.
I'm like, well, I think if that's the case, you got some bigger issues to tackle here.
Yeah, you can't be
On
withdrawing every $6 you sell.
yeah, you can.
Or
And we
even
also have cash flow issues there if that's another
even a
problem.
hundred, even a hundred is 2%. Gold charges us 2.9
Yeah.
anywhere, right?
Okay, so $2, or do you want to do the 10% plus 2.5% processing fee
Right.
that they're not charging you?
Yeah. I'll take $2 all day.
So on the opposite side, the buyer part is
They're
now
paying
charged a
10%.
processing fee and a service fee.
Mm-hmm.
So the service fee is supposed to help them also pay that so that they don't want to return something right away.
Mm.
That makes them want to, well, at least what a lot of sellers saw, that they're going to question now if they should even buy this item because the service fee is so high.
Mm.
Let me give you an
Well,
example.
it's relative though. If you're buying a $5 item, is there a dollar item or is it percentage?
It's a percentage and it depends on what the item is.
Mm.
So looking at this right now, I haven't. I wanted to just see what the totals look like, but Jordan 1 Retro High Obsidian, someone was selling it at 270. If I send them an offer at 238,
What's your checkout?
my checkout is 283.
It's like StockX. That's what I
Exactly.
felt like
Yeah.
automatically, right? That's
So
what
that's
it
a
feels like, right?
$45 difference.
Swing, yeah.
My tax is $21.60. My service fee is $23.80.
Mm.
So almost 24 bucks on a service fee. Now another one I looked at, Tyreek Hill Dolphins jersey, and offer price, if I offer $77, my service fee $6.16. My tax is $6.86. So a $77 jersey goes to $90 on a final, my final balance, I guess.
Hmm.
That's an extra $13 on top with tax and fee.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I agree. It does remind me of the StockX.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, I haven't purchased anything from StockX in a long time.
Yeah. Since they,
Um,
yeah, I'd rather pay gold. Yeah.
or eBay. I mean, I'd rather support another seller.
Right. Right. Right.
That's, and if I'm gonna save a couple of bucks, fine. But at least another seller on eBay, and it's gonna go through authenticity and things like
Yeah.
that. But the
Yeah.
StockX part, it seems like too huge of a jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're adding in an extra 50
Oh wow,
bucks, and I'm
sounds like
like,
Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster apparently, I guess, do
yeah,
that.
exactly,
You know,
exactly. Sneakers envy.
you know, I know whose idea it is. You
Hmm.
know who came from Ticketmaster that's on StockX now?
Oh, here we go.
I'm not gonna say names. I can't get sued. Too powerful
Too
people.
powerful. So I guess in the chat, would that, I guess, push away buyers? Like, yes or
New
no?
Mercari CEO, formerly from StockX and Ticketmaster.
And that's what sellers were worried about, or what the biggest uproar was.
Uncontrollable. Uh,
Okay.
Out of seller's control. Right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
It's not
Because
like
that's what their new policies are.
they literally just launched it. It don't matter what kind of uproar, it's not gonna be reversed tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not gonna be reversed. It's gotta stick until they see a decline. But I don't think there's gonna be a decline because a non-Mercari seller would automatically see it as more appetizing to sell in Mercari.
Mm,
I think this move is trying to bring in supply, basically products to Mercari, because it is a valid uh, tactic for sales and marketing. Wherever the supply is, the customer comes.
true.
So I think that's what Mercari is doing. They think they're ready to expand their catalog or their supply, so they drop the price. They bring in people, and then there's gonna be way more listing on Mercari. Newer sellers are technically going to be happy because if you compare it to eBay, to the all other marketplaces, it's less fees, right? Technically, you make more money, right? If you cross list your products to Mercari, which they have an automation system now,
Yeah.
which made it easier for eBay sellers and Depop. So it looks like it's targeted to these two marketplaces that they want to siphon the same products to their marketplace.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
eBay is the way to go. Sometime they'd be having coupon codes cheaper than recent cops. 100%. There's like extra 20% off, or on the homepage. that they'll have it. You want to get some sneakers or something, you can throw in there. Josh Leva, always good to see you. There we go. Just saw you were live. Mondo, today I have a brand new Nike baseball catcher 250. Barely any likes last night, but the change happened today. 23 likes from new accounts with weird names on Mercari. But I think but we will see. I think Mercari needs to clarify us. The OG days of Mercari in 2016 was when it was good.
Yeah.
Sourcing code, same thing when eBay
Yeah.
dropped sneakers to 0% a few years ago.
Yeah, they needed supply. eBay dropped fees. Everybody started selling on eBay.
True. Zero eBay fees during the pandemic was fire. They go AN. And that's the thing though, is that I guess like in B's case, he's saying, like Whatnot and Mercari side, it's their job to bring in new buyers.
Yeah.
And how is that going to happen as well?
Dude, yeah. That's the last thing I want to worry about. Like, hey, I wonder if we're scaring buyers away from Mercari. I'm like, that's not that is not our problem. We're third party. We get 1099. When you're a 1099 employee, management don't care.
So B saying, if you get them all listed, at least get your best chance to bring in
Yep,
buyers.
exactly.
If
If you
there's
get
a
1099, they don't even care about your benefits. So you not having seller fees to sell here and you're 1099 should be happy.
All right, anything else you guys want to throw in? Any questions, any random thoughts? I know it's our first show that we've done in a long time. We had 90 something
This year,
people in
bro, this is
here
our first show this
this
year.
year. And
Maybe
anything
we'll
else
see
you
you
want to
next
throw
year.
in? One show for the whole, per quarter.
Oh, that's good. Let's start with that.
Let's
That's
start
more
with that.
doable. That's
Baker
more doable.
Brand, 80 watching, 30 likes. Hit that like button. I appreciate that. Sold a pair of shoes off promoted listing today on eBay. Fee was 24%.
Oh, Josh, Leva, you might have to double check that one. That's too high.
Yeah. See what the promoted was, or what kind of breakdown, what kind of
Yeah, because
breakdown that
if you
looked
sold
like.
something over 150, it's cheaper too on fees.
Mm, that's true too. Do you still go to Ross frequently? Yes. More for the channel though. Um, just thrill of the hunt will never go away. Ross is one of those things too, to where like it'll be dead for 3 weeks, and then next thing you know, there's like a wave of dunks or something. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? What is going on here? Um, and people could say right now that Ross is super dead. We've seen it at its worst.
Oh yeah. This is
We've
nothing. This is nothing.
This is dead, but this is not like graveyard. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it's
At least
bad, but it's
dude, we're seeing swoosh. We're seeing other brands. I've seen Saucony,
mm,
uh Solomon. Is that how you say
yeah,
that?
Solomon, huh?
Uh New Balance like runners. I was like, it's good variation. I think it's good variation.
It's just a matter of also acquiring at a lower cost. It's
Yeah.
not helping
If
when their Adidas NMDs are 65.
yeah, if
That's
Sneakers
not gonna
Envy
happen.
don't buy every liquidation out there in the country, then Ross will have a chance.
He's stealing all of their
Yeah,
inventory.
he's working part time, so that's why there's still stuff. But when Sneakers Envy goes full time, uh Ross and Burlington might have to buy from him.
Tommy, good to see you. There we go. Have a good one. Appreciate that. Jay Lou, do you think sneaker sales will come back? I think everything comes back. Everything goes in waves. Different
Cycle.
trends, different cycles. It just depends.
Get
And
guys, get your bread force now. Get your bread.
get your bread for us.
Come on. Come on. It's solid. Get your
McLovin.
get your shadow one lows. Get get your fear threes.
Yeah.
Get all that now. Like get your collection right. Don't be a hype beast. Because by the time things get creeping by, buy all your bread 11s now.
New Balance is everywhere at the airport, says McLovin.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Ross has stuff they're just taxing these days.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Well, just like everything we know, everything is up. All across the board.
Not donks though.
Yeah, not dunks. Oh, I guess I meant like groceries and
Commodity.
yeah,
Commodity.
yeah, stuff like that. Let me
Oh.
go back up. P Diddy coming out with new runners. Oh, here we go, Tommy. We got some jabs early. Anything else? Any other questions? Anything else you want to throw on there before we go? Any Q&A stuff? Anything reselling wise? I really want to do kind of like some shorter videos on just like reselling things that come to mind and some topics to talk about. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not really weird. Even YouTube feels like a weird space. Like I
Mhm.
like watching other sellers or listening if they got something interesting going on.
There's
Nothing's
something
really doing
interesting
it
going
for
on.
me. Right? There's nothing doing it for me right now. I'm
Dude,
like, hmm,
I mean, if you look at my YouTube feed right now, it's fishes and cars. That's two
fishing
things that I'm
cars.
doing it. Fishes and cars. That's what's doing it for me right now. Yeah.
I've been sourcing Ralph Lauren bedding, sells fine, tons of ROI
Mm.
Bolo. There we go.
Yo, gratitude under retail on my size.
All right, now B's looking around. Let's see, truck sale pending, vans plans incoming. There we go.
So you're gonna be
NMD
buying a
24,
van.
now 54 at my Ross. Yeah, I don't know why NMDs. Why?
Yeah, it's the well. Don't worry about it. Don't pick them up anyway. They're one of the hardest Adidas to sell.
Yeah, but I'm thinking maybe Ross. Do you think they overpaid on these lots?
I think so.
Because Ross doesn't also run on huge margins. They go on volume,
Right. No, no, they actually lose on footwear.
and they gain on the women's
Mm-hmm. Yep, and clothing, and the mirrors.
the accessories. Yeah. So for
Yeah,
them to be charging that much too, I'm kind of like, why
yeah,
would they go that route? Because they're not like anyone's really buying them.
yeah.
I see the same ones every time that
Mm-hmm.
I go, and eventually they're just gonna have to knock them down.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind
I
of a
finally saw
weird.
some Reeboks for like $20, and they're
Mm,
still like the pink tag,
mm.
and nobody's still buying them.
Jesse, hit that thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yeah, they overpaid. That's what happens when you get scooped. Sneakers envy.
I feel like that's they have to have bought it just to have stock. You know what I'm saying? Because like they have purchasers, right? And they say like, okay, we need, you know, 100 pallets of men's footwear,
Mm,
and when nobody's selling, you know, or when there's not a lot, now they have to reach out to get multiple brands because they run in averages. It's not like like it's not like they're a tiny company that they have to you know micro profit each pair. It's like, okay,
yeah,
get 10 pallets from Reebok, 10 pallets from Solomon, 10 pallets from next thing you know, like oh, like cost per item is higher.
yeah.
So but the mirrors they're producing cheap quality items, dude. I'm loving Ross right now because I'm working out a lot, and JC's like, "Babe, you need some t-shirts because I don't want to be like laundering every day." Dude, I went to Ross. I've been going to Ross, right? And then this whole black t-shirt of dry fit tees were there, 16.99, and I've been trying to buy it on eBay, and nobody would give me a deal for $20. I was like, okay, I went to Ross, and then I
No.
gave Ross my money.
These sellers, they're shisty with these dry
Yeah,
fits.
so I was like, yeah, so I got fresh black t-shirts from Ross, Nike, baby.
There we go, coming through for the
Yeah, yeah,
personal. I
yeah.
wish Undercover Boss would do an episode at Ross or Burlington. We could see their inner workings. Mirrors, towels, and fake plants. And the car
Exactly.
steering wheel covers.
Oh, the covers, they're
The
always there.
covers. They're always there.
Socks, well stocked.
Yeah. Sock.
Underwear.
Don't ever buy irregular socks at Marshall's.
You're-
One time I bought this was like years ago, and I was like irregular. I was
There's
like, but
something wrong with
they're
them, right?
Nike.
There's
They
something
won't
wrong
be
with them.
bad.
Yeah.
Nah, those are the worst socks I ever bought. I'm like, are these
Bro,
like two left? Why do they feel so weird? This is.
bro, that's not even real. The right and left one
I know.
stock's not even real.
1 foot longer than the other, 100%. There you go. See,
I've been
Josh Leva
scooping
knows
up
what's
the
up.
stands though. The stands are Ross that are pink stickers. They go
Mm.
299, 399. Oh, like oh, I was telling Jay, she's like, babe, I'm grading my sock game.
Ross has a ton of those paper thin character
Yeah,
socks.
they're odd socks. They're called odd
Oh
socks.
my gosh.
They have like
Don't ever
hot
try to wear those
sauce.
either.
They have all kinds of whack. Like they have like gummy bears. They have like everything.
You know, if I buy socks with Stone Cold Steve Austin on, I'm fine. But they're paper thin and they are so
See through.
uncomfortable.
Next thing you know, Stone Cold looks brown.
That's not Stone Cold. I bought regular pants, Levi jeans, didn't realize the seam was twisted. It was crazy. Could barely walk in. I want to return to home. Roaring mad.
Yo, that is funny though. I actually was like thinking about that. No, wow. Oh, okay. That's a good tip. Don't buy a regular. I didn't even know that. That could be. Yeah, that is
Yeah, don't
wild.
do it. Don't do it. All right, guys, we are done. I'm working on a video for Friday, and I would like to do more reselling type of videos more than I mean, the in-store finds are fun, but just something different that I'm. Like I said, I'm not getting it anywhere from YouTube. Usually, I like watching other sellers. There's nothing here. I don't know what else to do. To just make my own content. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna listen to myself
You
though,
gotta do.
but
We gotta do pranks for Ross employees.
uh, prank channel something. But other than that, you can catch me on Whatnot. I'll be there tomorrow, and we're good to go. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one, and go
Hey.
out and get it. Take care.